Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio. We give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people like to welcome you all to the show. Now, due to the current news regarding New York's governor, Cumo, I wanted to do a show about sexual harassment, but I have to do it the Verbal Pick Radio way, right? So it may offend some, and some is not going to offend because we're not taking it personal and we're not leading with our emotions. We're just examining this topic as it is. But first, I'd like to give thanks to those who made Black's journey a success. Shout out to FlexNet TV. Shout out to A-Tone Productions. Shout out to all the actors and actresses that played a good part, man. They did their job, man. They did their role. I mean, they came out good. You can check it out on FlexNet TV, FlexNet TV, or you can check it out at vcmfilms.gumroad.com. Gumroad is Gumroad. Gumroad.com. vcmfilms.gumroad.com. So let's get it cracking, right? Okay, so junior high, 6th grade, you start noticing girls. You make that connection. Sometimes it could be watching a television show and you notice the way the man responds to the woman, right? And you started feeling like, wow, this is natural. It's like, I'm supposed to, it's like, it feels right. This is what I'm supposed to do, right? So you notice a young lady in your neighborhood, on your block, on your street, at your school, at the grocery store, at the local store, I don't know. You notice her, and now you looking at her a little bit different. And you all about the same age. She's looking at you different because she's noticing, damn, it's natural for me to like a male, and the male is like, yeah, it's natural for me to like this female. It's some kind of chemistry going on. What is this, right? So then you go back and you're watching television, and then you start noticing how the man would first he start by trying to put his arm around her shoulder. Then you see some men put their arm around her waist. Some men walk with his hand on her hips, and they're walking in, and you look at the reaction of the women, and no one's having a problem, right? The women, she's not complaining, she's happy, he's happy, they're having fun, right? But then you try to figure out, well, with this young lady, what's my best approach? Because you're trying to impress her, right? And when I say this young lady, I'm talking about the one that you're attracted to, and this coming from the male point of view. So, first you're talking to her and y'all walking, and you put your arm around her, right? To see if the arm over the shoulder, if she likes that, right? Or you might try going, put your arm around her waist and see if, because she likes that, right? Put your arm on her hips while you walk. Put your hand on her hips while y'all walking. Put your hand in her back pocket while you're walking. See if she responds to that, the reaction, because you don't know. You're trying to do everything that you would think that would please her or that she'd like, right? And it seems natural, and it's fine, right? Okay. So you grow up, you get a little older, and you're thinking, hey, this is what all women like across the board. Because why? Women has been taught by television, by aunt, by mother, by a lady that lives in the neighborhood or whatever. You got to use what you got to get a man. That's why you will see some women who purchase a skirt, but she'll raise it up a little bit, get that attention. Or she'll unbutton the top 2 buttons in the blouse, show a little cleavage. She's trying to attract that man. She might lower her sleeve a little bit, show the top of her breast. She's trying to attract the man. Man's trying to attract the woman. Natural. But then something changed, right? Men didn't get the memo. Something's changed to where some women don't find it flattering when men do things that has been done over the eons of time. Now, I'm not talking about just out, not just groping a woman. No, that's too far. But I'm saying with the comments, with the attraction, right? Because sometimes men think that there's a pattern on how to attract or catch the female, right? Due to previous experience he's had with other women. Thinking, all women like this across the board, right? But now, truth be told, some women who are lesbian, right, they don't like the advances of a man. And some men can't look and tell who's lesbian or not. So he goes off and hits on her and she's upset and it caused all kind of problems, right? But he's like, hey man, I've been doing this all my life, he's confused. That's just like Jane and Joe, right? Jane is getting ready to go to work. She's in the mirror, getting herself together. She lowers her sleeve, right? Show the top of her breast. She's singing. She's trying to attract. Now, she walks in on the job, right? And Joe, he's coming by. He sees her. He passes her by. Then he stops, turns around, and he yells out, "Hey, Jane, come here." She's like, "What, Joe? Nothing. Damn, you sure looking good. What you doing after work?" She's like, "Well, what you talking about? What I'm doing after work? Well, what do you have planned?" He's like, "What I got planned? Hell, I'm seeing you looking good, and hell, seeing the top of them breasts makes me want to kiss on them." And she starts smiling and says, "Oh, Joe, you crazy, right?" An hour later, you hear on the intercom, "Joe, could you please report to the administrator's office?" And Joe's like, "Wow, man, I must be getting a reward, or they're going to congratulate me on good work, right?" He opens the door, and she's in the corner crying. And he's like, "Man, Jane, you okay? What happened to you?" And the supervisor's like, yeah, that's what we want to know, Joe. What happened to her?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." The supervisor's like, "Well, didn't you say you wanted to suck on her breast?" And he's like, "I was just saying it. I didn't think she was going to let me. I'm just, hell, I say it all the time." Joe, that's sexual harassment. I'm sorry, but we're going to have to let you go. And he's like, "What?" He's confused. What are you talking about? Right? Because today, it's sensitive and certain things you just can't say. Right? Now, Cumo sticking his hands up a woman's blouse, grabbing her breast, as one stated. Yeah, that's too far there, Cumo. You're getting yourself in a lot of trouble there. But the gray area, the hard part is conversation. What's appropriate conversation when you're trying to hit or attract a female, right? Because women are telling men all the time, "Oh, you got nice arms." Men are like, "Okay, thank you, no problem." "Oh, you got a nice chest." "Oh, well, thank you, no problem." Keep going. Yeah. But now if a man comes and says, "Hey, you got a nice chest," you know what I mean? "Hey, what do you mean? What do you?" She's like, what do you mean by that? What are you saying?" Nothing. I'm just complimenting your chest look nice. Or they'll say, "Hey, you got a nice leg and hip combination going on there. It looks real good. Are you trying to hit on me or something? Are you harassing me?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm giving you a compliment. I think it's well proportioned. Hell, it's turning me on, right?" It's like, you're going too far. It's, you're getting filed on sexual harassment. It's like, well, I can't even compliment. Well, it's because times are changing and people are sensitive. uh, that masculine male they're trying to get rid of. You know, look who's going to replace Cumo as New York governor? A female. Men, you don't understand. Time is changing. Some want to come after your position. Some want your job. Right? And they know. I mean, they watch television and they know all the tricks on how to trap a man or get a man, or they know what you're going to do, right? They know they in the gym working out. They know they're fine. They know, okay, let me put these tight jeans on and see who I can get today, right? And trust me, they're going to get someone. You know why? Because a man is naturally attractive to a woman and the curvatures of a woman. But if the woman has how can I say this? If she has a mean agenda, maybe she's been through something. Maybe her father left her. Maybe when she was younger, the pastor touched her. Or maybe she got a vendetta against men. You know, and or maybe she just want to show how gullible men are in regards to the female body. So they're waiting, right? You know, and maybe she's like, yeah, I can file a charge and get some money out of this guy, right? Because he's a dog, right? He's a horny toad, right? So she walks by, shaking it, and here come down fool. You want some fries to go with that shake? Ooh, that ass look good. Come here, baby. You know, next thing you know, bam. People heard it. You got a lawsuit coming. She wants your money. And you're like, damn, what I do? You know, hey, times change. You can't do those certain things anymore, right? You got to watch your vocabulary. Now, we know that all and out just coming out physically groping a woman and touching her, we all know that that's too far. You know, you're going too far with that one. We can understand that. But what I'm talking about is young men. It's coming up. You got to watch your words. And you got to be careful. And don't fall for the okie doke. And be sincere. If you see a woman with a nice figure in the shape, just as she walks by you, just say, thank you. She's going to be like, thank me for what? What are you trying to say? Nothing, just thank you. You know, and just leave it at that. You know in your mind that you're looking at that eye candy, but you don't have to just blurt it all out in public. Just thank you. You know why, ladies? Because a real man is naturally attractive to a real woman. And that's why you have those hips and those curvatures. That way it will excite a man and you don't have to worry about when it's time to produce or make a child or no Viagra, especially when you're young, because you came with everything naturally to get a man going or attract a man. Right. That's nature. That's life. You know. But some kind of way things are getting warped and twisted. Somebody's pulling strings behind the scene that's trying to change the dynamics in which it was created since the beginning of time, the attraction for man and woman when man and woman was created. Something's moving in there and trying to bust all that up, right? And the funny part about it is, man, I gotta say it. Not that there is no conspiracy from women to dominate or overtake man, but women are united across the board. Now, sometimes that's hurtful for black women, though, because at the end of the day, you'll get used in helping someone else's agenda, thinking once the objective is finished, you have a seat at the table, and y'all always find out over and over again they leave you out. You're a total load. You even fight the hardest. But when victory is won, they push you to the back. In the black community, y'all know what I'm talking about. But men are so caught up, especially white men, I'm sorry, are so caught up in race and fighting other races till they can't even see that they're being demasculinated from movies, televisions, and whatnot. You know, all they have, all men or cares about is racial tension. We're gonna fight each other over race. You know, you hear they go back to Africa. It's like, dude, black natives was already here when the Europeans arrived to America. Why don't you go back to Europe? Right? Matter of fact, hell, if the truth be told, the natives dread the day that y'all ever even came to the shores of America. Right? But you're here now. Right? But are you going to continue the same old racist fight? So while your backs are turned, fighting, creating more ways to create racism, your statue, your jobs, your you as a male is being threatened. Right? Threatened by who? Threatened by what? What do you mean it's being threatened? Right. It started when they started talking about participation trophies, right? When we normally compete, and who won, we say, congratulations to the best band who won. We'd even shake their hands. Congratulations, you won. I just got to go work harder during the off season, and I'm coming back. And I'll win it next time. And it was all good. We understood that, right? Some Yahoo came along with, just because you participated, give them a trophy too, right? But they knew what they were doing. They knew that was weakening that natural, that testosterone, that mano with that men courage and strength, right? They start working at it. Yeah, matter of fact, you on the sideline. How long did you lick at them play the game? Over 5 minutes? Okay, you get a trophy too, just for looking. Like, what you talking about, right? Over time, right? They start working on the Boy Scouts. You know, start working. Everybody get a participation trophy. They watering the narrative, the concept that was created for men that existed for hundreds of years in competition, in battle. The man code, slowly watering it down to a point to where what's the guy's name? Sung that song, Pharrell, to the point to where there was blurred lines. Right? And they start getting these celebrities and these Hollywood actors and actresses to make sure the lines was blurred on television. Put the man in a dress. Make the man weak, especially the black man. He getting his ass whooped all over the screen. But, you know, it was purposely done to create a visual in your mind's eye. Right? So now we're at where we're at today. Right? To where it's that in their mind, you know, it's only so many real masculine men, right? So when that masculine man goes after that woman and say something that she may find sexist or she's fouling, he's thinking, he's got some lines, right? Like because sometimes we think we got the touch, we're smooth, hey baby, come on, let me talk to you. Hey, you look nice today. What's your name? Oh yeah? Well look, I'm not doing anything, it's getting late. You want to ride out with me? Maybe we can go to my place here, we can go to your place, and so, right? Natural, right? Man on the hunt, right? Then you hit the brakes. Sir, are you sexually harassing me? Are you advocating sex from me? Right. Are you trying to buy sex from me? Are you trying to prostitute me out? What's going on? And he's like, nah, I'm just, you're an adult, I'm an adult. I'm thinking we can go back and, have us a good time, have a couple of drinks and whatnot, you're looking fine. You got your legs out. I'm liking what I see, breast looking good, And it's like, she's like, you sick pervert, Oh, I can't believe it's security, you know what I mean? Get him away from me. You're here for my lawyer, sir. And he's like, what? Come on, what you talking about? Come on, hey, have another drink. Hey, what's going on? Right? And he got to come back to reality. Hey, man, certain things you can't do today that you used to could do once upon a time. Times change. That's all I'm saying. Now, ladies, when men do certain things like that, in their mind, they're not thinking that they're disrespecting women at all. They totally oblivious to that. We locked in on what we want. And we don't mean no disrespect at all. We going in for it, right? And we're thinking that there's a natural attraction. And see, some kind of way, I don't know if it was through movies, I don't know if it was through what, but some kind of way, something is interfering with that natural attraction, right? Or, because I don't have the answer, I'm just putting it out there. Or things have evolved to where those old lines that men would use to pick up women, or women maybe starting to see them as archaic. All right? Maybe women are saying we're sophisticated now and we don't have time for those old archaic pickup lines. You have to step out of that reptilian brain thinking and rise up to communicate with the woman now. Maybe the old masculine brute beat on your chest and she loves it and falls in your arms. Maybe those days are gone. Maybe the days you show up with a nice piece of jewelry or diamonds or something and hand it to her. Maybe she, it's like, I'm above that. I don't want that anymore. Yeah, right. You come with a wad and some jewelry and diamonds. She like, man, maybe you got a few exceptions, like material things don't turn me on. But women are always talking about money and flashing. So, who knows? So, basically what I'm saying is, we got to create a new pathway to the attractions of both male and female, to where no one is offensive, right? Men has to study this new woman and what she wants and what she likes, and women have to study the man, right? Maybe sometimes we so caught up in our world to all we see is what we see, and we're not ruining life or trying to make an attempt to understand how the woman sees it, because the woman, she wants to be out front. She wants to be recognized. right? Right, yeah. She wants to be seen as equal to a man in every way. You know. Now men now but the problem with that is is women wants to be want sometimes or will display that they like to be or want to be equal to a man. So they put men on women's wrestling team, a man who says he's a woman, transgender, transvestite, a trans, or they'll put a trans on a women's wrestling team, women's track team, right? And so when they're at a match and this man dressed like a woman or this transgender it shows that male strength and slamming this girl on the mat down there breaking her back, then it's like, hey, whoa. Yeah, we're equal and all, but you can't be out here wrestling with the females. You need to go over there with the men. And she's like, I'm a female. I identify as a female. And she's like, yeah, but you got man strength now. You can't be out here competing with the female, even on track. You put a transgender on the track running with females and he just whooping everybody, or she that identifies with the female but was born a man, let's put it like that, born a man, tearing them women up. Although he's saying he's a woman too. They like, hey, well, nah, we made a mistake, you can call yourself a woman, but you still got the strength and hormones of a man. So, I don't know how they're going to deal with that dilemma. But I'm just saying, you have to go back, right, and look at why God created man and woman, if you believe that there's a God, right? And if God created man and woman, you don't think that he gave a man a purpose in the confines of being a man? Certain things he has to do or needs to do. You don't think God gave women a purpose in the confines of being a female and things that she would have to do and does out of her nature? I mean, men can't carry no children. Men don't have no eggs and bring men. If you want to come on this planet, you got to go through a woman. You come through. Man supplies the seed, and the baby grows and comes out the womb of a woman, not a man. Two different roles, that's being played. So we have to find a way to respect one another of the man and female. Let's put it like that. Man got to respect the female. Female got to respect the man. Meaning, when I say respect, meaning man has to want the female to rise to their highest heights and help them get there. And women want to see the man rise to his highest heights and help him get there. Help meet. Now, I know it says that the woman is the man's help meet, right? But, okay, we got to change that up a little bit. Now it has to say the woman is the man's help meet and the man is the woman's help meet. And they both help each other to accomplish whatever goal they set down and said, hey, we need to accomplish this. So I hope you all understood where I was coming from. and didn't take offense to nothing that I said, and minding you again to check out Black's Journey on FlexNet TV or VCM Films, vcmfilms.gumroad.com. Check us out, tell your friends, and it don't stop. Yo.